Definitely an interesting ending to her one. What about Cashious, sir? Boss, now's the arrival of one of your many former antagonists, Cashious Villionaire. Thank you, Arthur. Well met, boss. I brought you something. Here's your bouquet of flowers. I know it's not much, but I'm led to believe that this is an acceptable gift. I don't claim to fully understand its value myself. Why, it barely cost even a fraction of my wealth. Feel free to throw them in the dirt if you're displeased anyway. Oh, they're lovely, thank you. Oh, thank goodness. I've come calling today because, well, we've never had a normal interaction. I'm always either trying to torture you or being saved by you. And in both cases, you were the one being put out. I don't know if you're actually friends or just tied to the same cruel fates, or perhaps there's something more between us. After all you've done for me, it doesn't sit right with me to leave things like this. So I was hoping we could spend some time together, perhaps figuring said things out. Sure about Butler will be on the guard the entire time. I'd love to. Huzzah! However, I must admit I'm quite inexperienced when it comes to friendship. I'm not sure how to interact with someone if it isn't in opposition. I'll show you how. Raise your hands, boss. Oh dear. I'm doing it again. I'm making things about myself and putting burden of you to solve my problems. Let me refrain from that sentiment. I'll appreciate anything you want to give me, boss. Ultimately, I just want to spend some time with you to foster our relationship. Quality time, as it were. That was my idea, so we can share our time, but I was wondering if there was anything you wanted to do first. Up for anything? What was your idea? Perhaps it would be nice to take a stroll through the park. A stroll, no ambling, no meandering, and absolutely no gallivanting. God help us. We shall elegantly stroll like proper fancy persons. Oh, fetch the boss's parasol and squirrel repellent. Those neat little buggers get a job, you to see these tree rats. Wow, that came out of nowhere. Cashious bought a bicycle built for two, and it is a properly pleasant ride. Once at the park, Cashious disposes of the unwieldy tandem bicycle by donating it to the nearest pair of street urchins. A debauchee of your laciest parasols, you and Cashious wax poetic on... Why big butts compel you not to fib? In terms of break down the anthropological and biological effects of voluptuous rumps on the human psyche. You close a pleasant afternoon with some ice cream. Going through the box is the most excellent pastime, wouldn't you agree? Oh yes, I do find it most agreeable, my good man. Indubitably! Some really proper ass strolling high class. Suddenly an adorable gang of squirrels descends upon the treetops. Before you can escape, you are surrounded by a bushy-tailed bunch. It seems we've run afoul of the infamous pack of nut wranglers terrorizing these parts. They chitter aggressively, expecting free handouts of nuts and seeds. In the fray, Cashious drops his ice cream. Reason with the squirrels. The squirrels don't know what talking is, so they scatter and fright pretty much immediately, rendering your squirrel repellent unnecessary. Oh dear, that was a close one, but you've come to my rescue once again. Cashious scrapes his ice cream off the ground. The cone is floppy and speckled with squirrel droppings. Fie, I say. It seems I will be forever in your debt. Well, I'm here to help. Friends carry each other's burdens. What a kind thing to say! Well then, I shall endeavour to be a good friend to you, and as you have been to me. Should you ever shoulder a burden, I would be glad to lighten your load. You know, boss, I truly enjoy spending time with you. It's nice to be able to let my guard down. What should we do next, boss? Are you a kiss if you're in that sort of thing? I am. You get some pressing your lips against his, he kiss you back, but gently, more gently than you'd expect. He just pulls back, blushing wildly. Boss. That wasn't bad, was it? No, definitely not bad at all. Very, very good, in fact. Give him one more quick speech. Oh! Cashious shoots you a warm smile. What would you like to do next? You know what I've been craving lately? Pottery. How about we curl up in front of the fire, drink warm cocoa. Drink hot cocoa. I know just a place. Come with me! Just grabs you with a hand and leads you into the deepest heart of London. You take many twists and turns down alleys that grow more and more foreign to you. Especially nestled between two large factories that smell like burning shoes and wet dogs, Cashious brings you to a set of unassuming doors. Trust me, it will bring you down to a long stone tunnel. You emerge from a dark passage into a large ornate room decorated wall to wall with books, a set of reading chairs sit on either side of the bearskin rug. A grand marble fireplace rests at the back of the wall with two grand windows overlooking the River Thames. Rays of light peek through the velvet curtains. It's my secret hiding place. I come here to read and relax. And I want to share it with you. This is beautiful. Thank you for sharing with me. This campus over the solid gold wet bar and prepares 2 cups of hot cocoa. He hands you your cup and you use it to warm your hands. Alright, the fire! Starts a roaring fire and the room is filled with warmth. He turns to see you lay across the bearskin rug. You know, I've got a pair of matching silk robes I think would complete the scene. What you say? Yeah, break them out. Get in the closet and fetches the silk robes. He turns around, blushing, while you both disrobe and then re-robe. Material is smooth and cool against your skin. A fancy little V is embroidered on the breast of the crimson robes. Do you lay beside each other and sip cocoa, staring into the dirty fire? Why, what I feel as relaxed as the time when I went on a 12-day spa bender in the Swiss Alps. Clean the mugs together and smell at each other. Just wait, before you know it, your cocoa runs dry and the embers of the fire fade. I'm glad I could share this with you. Is that to do something else? I do say, I think it's time we banged. That's how you like to close the evening out? It is. I like that, boss. Let us abscond to my bedchambers. And then let's go on the bedchambers. He leads you to an elaborately ornate canopied bed. Rings of comfortable, I'll set up a little mood lighting. The massive bed is the centerpiece of the room, draped in violet animal print sheets and a dark silk canopy. Sit on the bed. Cashious to the other room with your partner. Cashious lights dozens upon dozens of candles spread all across the room. Soon the room is bathed in warm, flickering glow. I'm sorry, the chamber is such a mess. It's been a while since I've had company. And there's a spider web in the corner, and quickly bats it down, looking back at you to see if you noticed. Relax, it's fine. Right. Sorry, I suppose it's a bit more nervous than I thought it would be. First, he just stands at the edge of the bed, staring down at you. Takes in every minute expression you make, his eyes piercing right through you, exposing you. He waits to see who will make the first move. Oh my! Yeah, tore off his clothes. Oh my! I'm impressed you managed to do that in one motion. I don't even care how that outfit was. I don't even care. That outfit was very expensive. Cashious laughs as he climbs on top of you, his body muscular and thick with hair. Are you ready? Very ready. Then he takes your hands and guides them into his body, encouraging you to take the lead. The pellet of salt and pepper fur covering his chest and belly is soft and thick. Ugh. His muscles flex firm in response to your touch. They're not the only things that are firm as you explore his body and reach between his legs and take him into your hand. You let out a long moan of relief as he thrusts up into your grip and lays back flat on the bed. Fine sheet of sweat builds on his brow as you work him over, stealing his breath with kisses so deep his toes curl. His lips brush yours as he pants. Eyes squeezing shut and jaws slack with pleasure. He grasps your face with one hand. His other hand delves between your legs in return. His strong grip matches the rhythm of your own until neither of you can catch your breath. He spreads his legs invitingly, kneeling between them. You press yourself against him. He lifts his hips to meet you and groans out long and low as you start thrusting. Kissing you hungrily, Cashious wraps his arms around your neck to keep you close. There seems to be a smile on his lips every time they touch yours. Even in his eyes there is a curiosity, a fondness that seems to strike even Cashious as surprising in its depth. He turns over onto his belly, presenting himself for your enjoyment and exploration. It's as if he wants you to know every angle of him, the same way he wants to know every part of you. Press together again, and Cashious sinks to the bed beneath you. He tilts his head to the side, still seeking kisses as you grind against him. With enthusiastic virility, you pound Cashious into the mattress, and he takes as good as he gives, pushing back for more. He gives the sheets in the fist, sheets in his fist, knuckles white, a pillow bounces onto the floor, and waits for this to be over. Each thrust is matched with a moan, each moan shortened and louder than the one before until you both cry out in relief. Pleasure floods between you, washing between you in waves that seem like they could last forever in an ebb and flow of ecstatic bliss. Dizzied from your merry exertions, you both sink into the bed, into the big soft bed and its now messy sheets. Cashious rolls over to kiss you, laughing softly, with his head on your chest and his hand on your heart as the night air finally cools your overheated bodies. You know what I think is I'm finally starting to understand real happiness. Moreover, I think I'm finally starting to like myself. Dare I say, someday I may even learn to love myself. And not in the narcissistic way that I used to love myself. My twisted love for my family was something I perverted into a weapon to wield against you. And with Lapis, my so-called love just hurt her too. I've come to think of love as something to be handled with care. Love can nurture just as easily as it can destroy. But thanks to you, I have a chance to reconcile with my past behavior. I have a chance to grow. You make me feel like I have a choice. Like I'm not just the plaything of a bored god or the victim of a long foretold fate. So I choose to be better, to transcend my past. Oh dear, I am just rambling away like an old thought. That passes through my head. I must sound so silly to you. You are silly, yes, but that's okay. I don't have all the answers, but I know we've only just started to figure us out. But I'm certain of one thing, I love you. I love you too. Truly? Oh, happy days. Get his smile lighter than he's ever seen him smile. Oh dear, I hadn't thought this far ahead. I don't know what to do. Try to enjoy it, love is a rare thing. You are a rare one indeed, boss. No matter what happens to us, I'm glad we had tonight. I'll never be able to thank you enough, but thank you. In silence of a moment, Cashious closes his eyes and drifts off in peaceful rest. Yeah, close your eyes too. Then you sleep. Da da da.